Today's video is from Insightful Reports. It's titled Ben Carson triggers Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Baher live on The View. You guys remember when Whoopi Goldberg got triggered by who was that again on The View? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten. She got really triggered. She was saying the F word. She was pointing fingers. She pushed the table. She got really triggered, okay? And we know the habits of these women on The View. When you're not saying their opinion or what they actually want you to say, they go ha 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 on you, and it's usually not a good sight. Today we have Ben Carson. I hope Ben Carson is able to stand his ground against these women, say his truth, and get out, okay? And yeah, my name is Ogechi. If you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. My name is Ogechi. Do want to click on the red subscribe button, like this video, subscribe. Okay, I've said that again. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. So it's important you watch through to the end to understand what we're trying to talk about. I've dropped my third during the course of this video, and after this video, thank you to all my returning subscribers for coming back. Do not forget to turn on post notification, like this video, and share. Let's get straight into the video.
Are you against birth control, too?
I don't speak for the Republican Party. I speak for me.
Okay, for yourself.
That's Dr. Ben Carson silencing the women on The View.
You sort of feel that there is not actually a war on women, but there may be a war on what's inside of women. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the babies. I mean, we're killing babies all over the place. And, you know, we should be, I think people can probably understand. In my case, I spent my entire career trying to preserve life and give people quality of life, even operating on babies in the womb, operating all night long sometimes on premature babies. And I get to meet those people, you know, when they're adults and productive adults. There is no way you're going to convince me that they're not important, that they're just a mass of cells and that you can do anything to them.
Notice how they tried to demonize him for being pro-life? As it's written in Psalm 139, verse 16, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before even one of them came to be.
I want to ask you this. Have you met with the women who have to make these horrendous decisions when they have to make them of whether or not they can bring a child into the world? I mean, we talk about bringing children into the world all the time, but periodically some women feel, I just can't. And are you empathetic to them? Because we just had
empathetic.
Oh, good. Go ahead. Sorry. Go
very
ahead.
empathetic. And what I have said is that this is a job for us in the private sector. What we need to do is make sure that we provide adequate daycare centers for these mothers so that they can get their GED, their associate's degree, their bachelor's degree, their master's degree.
You're assuming that these are mothers who aren't educated. I mean, I'm talking about women who make
most
that.
Of them.
I don't know that you can.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you a fact. Let me tell you a fact. The fact is, a lot of those young girls who are having babies out of wedlock, when they have that first baby, they stop their education. And that child is 4 times as likely to grow up in poverty. We as a society have an obligation to do what's necessary to stop that cycle from occurring.
So how important is birth control then to the Republican Party? They should be out there regularly applauding Planned Parenthood for supplying birth control, mammograms, and everything else. Why are they against Planned Parenthood? Are you against birth control, too?
I don't speak for the Republican Party. I speak for me.
Okay, for yourself. Are you against birth control also?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. And so I guess you believe in daycare centers and maternity leave and food stamps and all the things that go along with raising a kid if you don't have the...
Why does she think that Ben Carson should be speaking for the Republican Party? Why? Why are you trying to narrow it down to politics? We are here talking about abortion, pro-life, and all of those things. He is telling you, you know, certain things, and you're here saying, what do you think about the Republican Party? They're supposed to be... Why? And I love the fact that he was able to say that I am not speaking for the Republican Party. I am speaking for myself as a medical practitioner whose duty is to save life, give life, and all of those things. These women...
That's what I believe in.
Whoopi goes on to argue that she isn't talking about women in poverty who want the choice to get an abortion, but at the same time, Joy jumps in and brings up daycare programs and food stamps, referring to women in poverty.
Because I get sick and tired of people particularly progressives, saying Carson grew up poor, he must have benefited from government programs, and now he wants to withdraw all the programs from poor people.
We do not assume
Wait a
that.
minute. I've heard that so many times. You've heard it too. It's a bunch of crap. And what I really actually want to do is provide people with a mechanism for coming out of a state of dependency and climbing the ladder and becoming part of the fabric of America.
This is a great thing.
We agree with that.
Yes, but I think my question. Actually, I'm going to let everybody else ask their questions. I don't
Well,
wanna be
no, it
hog.
takes me to
Wait,
Obamacare
yeah.
because you said it's the worst thing that has happened in this nation since slavery. How is it slavery and over 9 million people have it?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because this is supposed to be a country that is of, for, and by the people. The government is supposed to be there to facilitate life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. With this particular act, the government comes along and says, don't care what you people think. This is what we're doing. We're cramming it down your throat, and if you don't like it, too bad.
Getting into the war.
That essentially shifts.
Because we did that, we've done that. That seems to be the way of the nation.
But it shifts the relationship between the people and the government. The people are supposed to be at the pinnacle. The government works for us. It's not the other way around. And we need to restore that.
Okay.
That's very important.
All right. Are we done?
Anybody else?
I just wanted to ask one last thing. I mean, you said that you don't necessarily.
That's how it's supposed to be. That is the right way. That's how what's supposed to be. The people are supposed to be considered first, and then the government. The government actually works for us, but in a country like mine, the government is above, and the people are below. It's so crazy.
You don't necessarily relate to the Republicans, and you don't really say you're a Democrat either. So why do you feel this way?
I said I don't speak for the Republicans. I didn't say I didn't relate to them.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing.
The government is supposed to work for us, but it seems as if America is facing a shift from capitalism to socialism, which actually opposes our individual liberty. It prioritizes egalitarianism over human rights and violates our liberties just to achieve equality. Take DEI as an example. Is America progressing toward a more communist society? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Your support really helps the channel grow, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
I love his last comment to that lady where he said there are two different things. I do not speak for the Republican does not mean he's not that's not his political party or preference. Anyway, yes, the government is supposed to work for us. We're supposed to have a government that first thinks about the human, rights and thinks about the humans first. He thinks about the people first. The government is supposed to be for the people, not the government coming first. Is America becoming that government that thinks first about the people or not? In a country like mine, it's the opposite, honestly. And anyway, let me know your thoughts about this. I love the fact that Ben Carson was very clear about what he was saying. He didn't allow Whoopi, who was going different ways, different directions, just to make him say things he didn't want to say. He was very clear. He was very he stood on his ground, and he said what he wanted to say. He was very clear, which I think was very impressive. I love that he corrected the impression that he doesn't speak for the Republicans, but he speaks for himself as a medical practitioner, which he should, right? Because as a medical practitioner, you shouldn't be going after any political party right now. You should be going after lives. People, you should be going to protect people's lives, saving people's lives, giving people's life, and not any political party, which I think was very brilliant of him. Let me know your thoughts, your comments on what you think about this conversation. Do you think Ben Carson, did a very, very good job on The View today? Or do you think America is gearing towards capitalism? What do you think? What are your thoughts and comments? Drop them all in the comment section. Like this video, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye.